we're starting on our applesauce. And so let me show you guys how we're doing this. So first we're gonna have peeling apples station right here. So the apples are gonna get peeled with this special tool. And then over here, I'm gonna be cutting, or Michael will be. And then we have to fill these pots up. So we have this pot right here and our big Dutch oven, which is gonna heat the apples, and that's how we're actually gonna make the applesauce. Once the applesauce is done, we're gonna taste it and see if it needs any sugar, but we're gonna add cinnamon to all of it. And then we're gonna have to can it. So we have our cans lined up over here. We actually have to put them in the oven to make sure that they are heated up before we put the applesauce in, because we don't want them to break from how hot the applesauce is. So we're gonna put them in the oven at about like less than 200 degrees just to keep them warm. And then we're gonna do a water bath to can them so that we can eat them all winter. I kept a steady flow of apples in the sink so that anytime we needed an apple, we could just go grab some from the sink. I just kept some water in there so they're always ready and washed. Alright guys, so we're going to do a competition. I'm going to peel and cut one apple while Michael does as many as he can with this thing. So we're going to see how many he can do in the time that I just do one. Alright, ready, set, go. Done. 6-1. Yeah, that thing is definitely faster.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you would only maybe get 5. After getting all the apples peeled and chopped, we put them on the stove to heat up and covered it with a lid. We left it on the stove probably about an hour until they were done and they were soft and ready to be pureed.
There are camera apps that...
These apples are looking really mushy. They're looking like they're about ready. So I'm gonna get my immersion blender out. You don't need to use your immersion blender. If you just have a potato masher, you can just use that. I'm also gonna taste this after I puree it because I want to add some cinnamon and sugar if it needs it. I'm definitely gonna add cinnamon, but I don't know about sugar. I'll only add sugar if it really needs it because I want Peter to be able to eat this whenever he is old enough to eat solid foods. I don't want this to have much sugar in it because babies are not supposed to have a lot of sugar. I pureed the soft apples until they were nice and smooth. There were a few chunks left in there, but I don't mind that. It really depends on what texture that you want, how long you're going to puree it. Time to get my jars out of the oven and start putting my applesauce in the jars. I used a funnel and a ladle for this part. It made it so much easier than trying to spoon the applesauce into the jars somehow. This made it go quick and it was pretty easy to do. Once the jars were filled, I made sure they were all 1/2 inch from the top because there needed to be a little extra room in case the applesauce would boil while it's in the water bath. Once all the jars were filled, I wiped off the rims so that there would be no applesauce left on there and they would all seal correctly. Next, I just put all of them in the hot water bath, and once it started boiling, I set a timer for 15 minutes because that's how long they needed to boil in there so that they would seal. After 15 minutes, I took them out and I just let them cool on the counter. And then we did that whole entire process again. We're so happy with how this applesauce turned out, and I'm so excited to enjoy it all winter long. Check out my next video. I'm going to be making apple dips, so I'll show you a few different types of apple dips that are perfect for this fall. Take care.